Everyone. My name is Sagar Shah, and I'm from DePaul University. And today, as a part of enterprise system subject, I am representing BPM as an enterprise capability, Chapter 12, from book Fundamental of Business Process Management by Marlon Dumas, or second editions, Springer Berlin, and Heidelberg. So let's move towards a introduction to BPM as an enterprise capability. First of all, let's take a look at definition of BPM. Business, which is known as business process management. Business process management is a cast as a disciplined approach to driving the improvement of an organization's process towards greater efficiency, effectiveness, and adaptability. It's the process of analyzing, designing, executing, and monitoring, and does so too in the optimization of process to confirm the strategic objectives. BPM helps transform people, technology, and workflows in an integrated way, allowing organizations to reduce costs and perform better while remaining agile in today's business world. Now let's move towards the various barriers which are in the way for measuring the BPM success. First of all, lack of management support, importance of leadership commitment. Often we also seen that insufficient resources are there, financial and human resource constraint, resistance to change. We also know too many organizations are there which want to stay confined within their premises. Addressing employee concern and culture, poor communication gap, importance of clear BPM communication strategy, lack of BPM expertise. They don't have a business process management professionals, and many technological challenges are also there. Now let's take a look towards overview of BPM maturity. BPM maturity is the level of maturity and capability of an organization's business process management practice. Increasing BPM maturity causes alignment of process with an organization's strategic goals and leads to improved performance and flexibility. Typically, BPM maturity consists of different stages from initial and ad hoc process through optimized and integrated system. BPM maturity cannot be achieved without continuous improvement because process must be evaluated and refined regularly to achieve and maintain BPM maturity. Six critical success factors guide organization in promoting their journey to reach higher BPM maturity, enabling organization to implement and sustain best practices. Various factors are associated within strategic alignment. So let's take a look at strategic alignment. Factor one aligns BPM with organization strategy and goals to ensure BPM support business objectives. What are the importance of that? Directly links BPM efforts with strategic goal, enhancing BPM's value to the organization. Management involvement. Leadership plays a critical role in setting a clear BPM vision and direction. Goal consistency. BPM projects should consistently reinforce and support strategic objectives. Communication. Clear communication across teams to ensure alignment is understood and practiced daily. Measurement. Usage of various KPIs to track alignment and assess how BPM initiatives contribute to strategic success. Let's take a look towards another factor, which also known as factor two, governance. Let's take a look at definitions. BPM governance definitions provides a framework for decision making within BPM. So which plays a crucial role in ensuring consistency in managing and executing business process. Several policies and standards are defined in this factor, which involves developing and enforcing standard to guide BPM practice. Roles and responsibility. Establish clarity on BPM role at all organizational levels. Process ownerships. It also assigns accountability for the outcomes of each process. So it held responsible each and every resource for a particular process. And compliance is also there, ensures adherence to both regulatory requirements and internal standards. So as we have seen after governance, now let's move towards factor three, which is also known as people. Importance of people in BM. Skilled individuals are essential to achieving BPM success, no matter how great are the plan. But the people contributions are always essential. First of all, training and development. Invest in educations to build BPM skills and capabilities. It's possible that the human resource are great in their particular domain and great in their particular skill, but BPM skills knowledge are always essential and it would be fruitful in the long term. BPM culture. It cultivates a culture that value continuous improvement. Employee engagement. Encourage active participation in BPM initiative for better outcomes. Change management. Provide a support to employee during BPM related changes. Knowledge sharing. Promotes collaboration and the transfer of process knowledge across teams. Towards another factor which is known as culture. BPM friendly culture establishes a culture that embraces process oriented thinking. Leadership role. Leaders set the foundations for a supportive BPM culture. It should be the transparency and openness, promotes open discussion about process improvements and challenges. And the most important thing, reward. Provides incentive to encourage contribution to process improvements. And as we all know, various studies are there. Providing rewards is the best encouragement to a human individual. It may be any, maybe a financial or maybe any professional certifications or maybe just a normal appreciation in front of a whole team. It can lead to a better outcomes in the long term. Collaboration. Foster teamwork across department for successful BPM initiative as several tasks are there which cannot be performed individually and within with the help of collaboration of different people can be achieved with an ease and it's look like a piece of cake. Resilience to change. As we discussed earlier, cultivates adaptability and readiness for change among employees should be there. As we all know, resilience in change can lead to a multiple disadvantage. In the long run, company can collapse if they don't follow, if they don't ready for resilience. So measuring process maturity and BPM maturity. Importance of maturity assessment. Identify strength and areas for improvement and BPM capabilities. BPM maturity models utilize framework like CMMI to evaluate BPM maturity level. Key metrics focus on metrics such as cycle time, process efficiency, and compliance rate. Continuous monitoring conducts regular assessments to gauge BPM effectiveness. Benchmark compare BPM maturity against industry standards to identify gaps. Feedback loops uses insight from assessment to inform and drive continuous efforts. Let's take a look at this same concepts again because these all are seems more important to me because just by measuring the process we can know where we are and what are the steps we can take to improve. So as we all know, feedback loops, we all have to take a look at insights and we have to assess each and every process what we are doing. We must have set we must have set it or we must have scheduled some targets or benchmarks such as we all know each and every company has a some goal that by this year we should reach particular turnover or maybe a some figure and continuous monitoring as early whatever problems are there nobody can be a perfect whatever problems are there it should be monitored it should become early so we can improve we can rectify our mistake easily and the worst effect can be mitigated in early mode so it would be easy in the long run and it would be a very good future in and the key metrics focus on metrics such as cycle time, process efficiency, and compliance rate. A recap of BPM success factor. Strategic alignment. Ensure BPM initiatives are in line with overall business goals. Governance. Yeah, sometimes we also see that the business goals we are or on the other hand and the BPM initiative Maybe some say some different thing. One strategy doesn't fit for all, as we all know. So we have to modify our BPM initiative as well as we are also have to take a look into a business goals. So the alignment in both would be the great things which can be done to ensure effective results. Otherwise, it will be possible that we may achieve business goal, but in the BPM initiative we might lose something, or it would be a good if we do both things hand in hand. Governance creates frameworks for effective BPM oversight and decision making. Governance in terms of anything must be a necessary part for an organization. So we should have a framework for checking all of the measures we are doing are in the correct way or not. Now, another important thing is the people focus on building a skilled, dedicated BPM workforce. Later on, culture, as we discussed earlier, develop a culture that support BPM and adaptability. And next, measurements, conduct regular assessment to monitor and guide BPM maturity. And lastly, after doing all of these things, what are the success outcomes? We all have to define how these factors collectively contribute to successful BPM implementation. It's possible that one of out of all these four factors, alignment, governance, people, and culture, one of them may contributed and more, and one of them might not be as good as others. So by taking a quick look into these would be a helpful in future to overcome BPM initiative. As we discussed about success, we must have to know when there is a success, many challenges would be there. So let's discuss about challenges which occurs in our way while implementing BPM maturity. Resource consent. Manage BPM investment while balancing other organizational priority. To run an organization, we have many things. We have investor, we have employee. We all have to. Many things are there which we have to consider while managing an organization. And any resources would be there, maybe a technological resources, human resources, or any resource mm, constraints would be there. So we all have to in the take care about this constraint before designing BPM maturity. Technological limitation. Address challenge in integrating BPM with legacy system. It's possible that our the company would be old and they have a legacy system. All are not cloud equipped. They all have on-premises cloud structure, on-premises infrastructure. So it would be little bit difficult to implement this BPM maturity concept, and we can have another change resistance. As we all know, after certain age, even though they are expert, some employees are little bit resistant towards the change. So we all have to take certain measures to overcome employee skepticism and resistance to BPM initiative. Complexity of measurement. Ensure accurate assessment of BPM maturity levels. We also have a skill shortage. We all have a persons who are well at our business goal, but while implementing BPM, we don't have a trained adequate professional, so it would be a little bit problematic. Lastly, it comes to balancing short and long-term goals. Aligns BPM approach with both immediate needs and future objectives. It's essential. Now, let's take a so this was all of my presentations. So thank you so much for listening. If any questions are there, you can comment me below. I will be glad to help you. Thank you so much for listening. And again, I would to thank you, our professor, for giving us this wonderful opportunity where I can contribute my knowledge in front of you. The subject name is Enterprise System. The content in this whole PPT are extracted from a book which is known as Fundamentals of Business Process Management, which is a second edition, and it's written by Marlon Dumas, Marcelo La Rosa, Jan Mandling, Hajo Reisers, and this PPT is presented by me as a part of my curriculum in a subject known as Enterprise System. Thank you so much.